Sarah Condra joining us here at halftime. And, Coach, it's a pleasure to get to talk to you again. Ken Offerman didn't want me to extend to you the lamentation. He could not be here today. He really wanted to, but circumstances dictating otherwise. But glad to have you alongside me and get to talk a little bit about the game today.
Right, yeah, no, I appreciate you being here and doing the game for us. It's been a while since we've been able to talk, so this will be fun.
Well, Coach, I mean, hard-fought game today. I mean, one that seemed like every time you had an answer for something, North Alabama would have another answer, and it just never quite came together.
Yeah, no, it from the very beginning, it just, I don't know, it just, you know, they start out and they get, you know, it's 6-0, and they're all layups, you know, they're easy shots, and we get 3 attempts at layups, and, you know, they just kind of rolled over the, you know, rim. They were good looks, but they just wouldn't go in, and then, you know, it gets extended to 8-0, and then like it's like 12-2, or you know, we just never could get going. And you know, defensively we did enough to be able to win, but offensively you can't score 43 points and beat anybody.
Yeah, that was tough. You referenced the shooting, and it was a tough night for the Lady Bucks, no doubt about that. 21% from the floor. That's a hard night, and really for North Alabama. Brittany Panetti, the sophomore at 6'2", had 23 points for her club, and she had a good night.
Yeah, and she's good. You know, like, I thought, you know, if we can hold them around their average, you know, like she averages about 17 points a game, you know, we would be fine. And you know, so I mean, a player like that, we're not going to stop. You know. But I was hoping we could at least make the shot attempts that she had a little bit tougher. You know, I feel like everything that she scored was 2 feet in the paint, and that's difficult to guard when you're 6'2" and we're, you know, 5'9" Gardner. You know, that's hard. You know, so you got to fight and get position, and we just didn't do enough. You know, so.
Well, I tell you what, those games, even though they don't come out the way you want them to, they in and of themselves can still have a dividend paid down the road when you learn the lessons from those matchups, what you can do down the road. You're going to see teams like this later on anyway, and for players like Panetti, that's a sophomore, you'll see her for 2 more years more than likely. Yeah. So, you know, you grow and you learn and you get better.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing you can do. You know, I mean, we can't, I told them we can't lament about this loss. We've got UAH on Saturday, which is a really big game for us, and you know, we got to just move on and come into practice and get a little bit better and you know, suit up again on Saturday. So
well, and that's a great point. You can't worry about the past. You can only worry about what you can learn to move on with.
Right.
And you're 7-7 in conference, 500. So look at the next game and you can say, hey, look, this is our chance to get back above 500 again.
Right. Yeah, and. You know, we're right in the thick of things as far as, I mean, I haven't looked at the scores right now, but, you know, if we can, you know, we just got to keep our heads about us, and we get this one on Saturday, we're still right in the thick of things.
Yes,
so.
You guys right there with West Alabama, West Georgia as of tonight, all were 7-6 coming into the night. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, a win or loss here and there, and this conference can go topsy-turvy.
Right, yeah. I mean, and I think what's, you know, Valdosta and West Florida are a game ahead of us, and I mean, you know, 4 through 8 are pretty open, you know, depending on, you know, who you got down the stretch, and if we can just, you know, stay positive with ourselves and just, you know, work to get a little bit better and, you know, fight and grind it out, we'll be fine.
And that's conference play for you 101. Right. Just fight and grind it out.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, Coach, from what I have seen in the few games I've been able to come down and watch your team play, that's what I think of as fight, grind, play hard. The game going back against Shorter on a Saturday, coming from behind, a game where you're behind most of the game, and you come back and win. This is a team that is accustomed to fighting in a game.
Right.
Fighting in the sense of getting to a point of getting over the hump.
Yes.
And never quite happened today, but they can do that.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's. I mean, this team is built on that, you know, and that's what I'm proud of. That's what they're known for. I mean, nothing comes easy for us, and you know, I'll give them credit. They do. That they fight and they grind, and tonight they tried, and we just couldn't score, and that's just what it came down to, and we couldn't, on made field goals we wanted to run a couple different types of defenses, but we couldn't score to run those defenses,
right.
So like it was just a difficult night for us.
Well, Coach, I've heard it said that fun means doing something hard well.
Yeah.
So the Lady Bucks come out. Next ball game coming up very shortly with Alabama Huntsville. So come out and have some fun on February 3rd, right?
All right. We're going to try our best.
But, fans, this is head coach Sarah Condra of your CBU Lady Bucks. And, Coach, it's just a real pleasure to get to talk to you again and talk a little bit about some basketball. Looking for hopefully we can talk to you about a W the next time we come out.
I hope so. I really appreciate it. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Coach.